yoga or bending your knees. Whatever is comfortable, and give yourself a few exhales just to settle on your mat. And I had my quote ready. Shoot, where did it go? Well, as you're breathing here, I will locate my quote that has taken a little walk. All right. D. Simone. May light always surround you. Hope kindle and rebound you. May your hurts turn to healing. Your heart embrace feeling. May wounds become wisdom. Every kindness a prism. May laughter infect you. Your passion resurrect you. May goodness inspire your deepest desires. Through all that you reach for, may your arms never tire. Some sweet little messages on this rainy day. You might just imagine a little cocoon of beautiful light surrounding you. And then as you're breathing, see or listen, and maybe you can hear the raindrops. And maybe your shoulders will relax a little bit. Notice if your body is comfortable, and if it isn't, what could you change? Maybe the shape of the legs, or maybe just giving yourself permission for softness, for rest. And allow your next several breaths to be full. You're not forcing the breath, but just letting yourself fill up. You can feel the belly and the chest, the low back and the upper back, even the sides of the ribs and waist. Just each inhale, expanding, and then exhale, surrendering. A few more breaths like that. They're kind of full, like a little energizing almost. Calm energy. And at the top of your next inhale, pause and hold your breath, and then open your mouth, sigh it out. And again, inhale, filling up, filling up, filling up. Pause, open mouth, exhale, letting go. One more like that. Big, beautiful breath in, fill all the way up, pause, open mouth, exhale. Let your breath return to its own natural rhythm and connect your hands at your heart. Grateful for the rain and excited about sunshine. And let's send some love out, something good, something healing to a specific place or person, whatever calls to you today. And release your arms out into a T. You can keep your legs bent or have them straight. So you're just going to rotate so that the palms touch down and then the palms open back up. So it's just from the shoulder, arms turn so they're face down and then up. Not a huge movement. You might sense it more in your forearms, but see also if you can feel the movement from the shoulder joint. One more time, palms rolling down and then up. And let your arms float up to the sky. We'll circle the wrists. Switch direction. And let your arms rest. Maybe a little wider than Shavasana or in the T if that feels okay. Bend your knees. Take your feet as wide as you'd like. And we'll start with some windshield wipers. Start small. Get this movement into the body. Notice the low back, the pelvis. And on your own time, you'll begin to explore the legs going maybe a little farther toward the ground. You may like to stay with a smaller wiper today. Keep your head neutral, or if you want, add your neck, turning the head opposite way of the legs. Allow your head to be heavy. I'm guilty of lifting my head in this one a lot, so I try to release. Let the shoulders and the head relax as it turns. Notice your breath. Allow it to be full and steady. Couple more each way. Back to center. Legs can stay bent or you can straighten them out. We'll bring the arms to the side body. We're going to try something a little different. So as your left or right arm goes up and over, you can add again the wrist circle if you'd like. So the right arm reaching up and over as the wrist circles. When you bring it back down, you can switch direction of your circle. And if that feels like too much, skip the wrist part. And then you'll take the other arm when you're ready. Circling one way as the arm goes up and over. And when you come back down, switch direction. Alternating arms. Notice the quality of your breath. You might be concentrating on the wrist movement and forgetting to take full breaths in and out. We'll do one more each arm. Good. Pause with your hands on your belly or your arms in Shavasana shape. Observe the breath and notice any sensation, warmth, energy, awareness of your shoulders, arms, wrists. Bend your knees. Bring your right leg on top for thread the needle. Any variation at all. Low variation, drawing the legs in, high variation, or hands-free variation. So many to choose from. And let's add in right ankle circles. Nice and slow. And if you're ready for a super zingy sensation, scrunch your toes while you do the ankle circles. If you're looking for some zing. Switching direction. Ankle zingy circles. Let your toes rest. Let your ankle rest. Breathe into your outer hip, maybe the thigh. Stay in your thread the needle shape, or if you would like, you can drop the shape over into the weird twisty move. So I like to do that from the left foot on the ground, right leg is on top, and then you drop everything to the left. You may or may not like that, and you can just let your legs come right out of it if you want to try and change your mind. It's allowed. Or stay in thread the needle. Couple more breaths, maybe audible exhale. Very relaxed if you're in this twisty part, just to kind of come out of it. If you're in thread the needle, come out of that. Pause for a moment with your knees bent or legs straight. Deep breath in and out. Switching sides, left leg on top, thread the needle. And let's add the left ankle circles. Feel free to do zingers on this side if you scrunch the toes and try your ankle circles. See what you find. Don't forget to breathe. Switch direction. And allow your toes, your ankle to rest. We'll take a few more breaths here before we decide. You can decide about that other shape. Left leg is on top. If you want to turn this into the twisty thing, consider bringing the right foot down. Then drop the whole shape over to the right. So the left knee is up toward the sky, left foot's down, right leg is relaxed on the ground. A few deep breaths, maybe with an audible exhale. Slowly releasing your shape. Knees bent or legs in Shavasana. One hand on belly, one hand on heart. Connecting to your breath. Release your arms. Your choice. If you have long legs, let's flex at the ankles so it's as if you're standing, so the legs are a little more active, or you can bend your knees. We're just going to take the arms up into the sky, palms face the ceiling. The legs really have nothing to do with it, but I just wanted them to be something active or be bent so that you're aware, just aware of the legs. Your hands are going to turn clockwise and counterclockwise. That's it. We're at the shoulder joint again. You may feel it in the forearms. How's your breath? Back to neutral and just a few push-ups. Draw the arms down, resisting, drawing them down close to the body, and then pushing something very heavy back up. Just twice more, drawing arms in, bringing them down, and then pushing back up. Last one, hugging arms in, resisting. There's something very heavy in your hands. And then pushing back up. Release, let the arms rest, let the legs rest. Take a full deep breath in. Maybe open mouth, exhale. 2 more times, big breath in and out. And draw your legs in. Give them a hug. And rock side to side a couple times. And legs up into the sky. And we'll turn feet out and in, like we just did the hands. Out and in. So we're at the hip joint now. Obviously, everything else is awake. And we turn out and in. And legs in neutral. Point one foot, flex the other, and switch. Point, and then switch. Good. Bring your feet down. Both feet connected to the ground. Knees are bent, and then you let the knees go out to the side and back up. You can keep it just like this, or you can take the feet a little wider. The legs can go out, and then when they come back, they can go together like a little tripod. It's not a huge movement, but legs open and close. Just a couple more times. Find your cushions, and let's take Supta Baddha Konasana. Supporting way up by your hip joint. Nice and comfortable. Soles of the feet touch. And the thighs rest. Add more props if you need or want. You have your support for your head and your neck. And then you decide. We've done a few things with the arms today. We've had hands on belly. We've had one hand heart, one hand belly. And those may be really nice to drop in, focusing on the breath and letting the body relax into stillness. Truly, any shape you want with the arms is fine. Notice where your attention is. Keep focusing on your breath in and breath out. We'll be here for about 1 more minute. You can straighten your legs out, gently remove the cushions. Maybe reach your arms up and overhead, coming into starfish pose, taking up as much space as you'd like. And a very, very full breath from toes to fingertips. Audible exhale if you'd like. Again, big, full, whole body breath. Exhale it all out. One more time. Big breath in. Exhale out. Your choice. You can rest right here and breathe with one hand on heart, one hand on belly. If you would like, you can roll to your side. We're coming to tabletop for some cats and cows and then a child's pose. That's it. So take your time. Add any cushion that you need or want for underneath your knees. And once you arrive in tabletop, you can have your toes curled under or not. And you find an inhale and you try to lengthen the front of the body. And then you exhale and you round the spine, spinal flexion. You are allowed to switch the breath, but typically it's the inhale for cow pose. And the exhale brings you into cat. Continue with your breath. Maybe curl the toes under for cow and press the tops of the feet for cat. Three more cycles. Pardon me. When you finish your cats and cows, child's pose, or I suppose you might like to stretch out over a pillow or two. You could stretch all the way out, supporting your pelvis and your low back. So if you want to be long on your mat, or balasana, child's pose, both good choices. You can use pillows to support even here. Resting your forehead or on the side. deep breaths into your back body, whichever shape you chose. We'll spend about 1 more minute here. Your choice. We're going to take legs on the chair, but first, a twist. So you can come down onto your mat and take a gentle twist. If you are on your way back up and you're like, well, you know what? I could do a seated twist today. You're more than welcome to do that. So lying down, gentle twist, or seated, gentle twist. And then we'll take legs on the chair. So you could even sit in your chair to take the twist if it's handy and it's ready for you. And we'll twist any way. Which way do you want to go first? That's the way. Seated, and if you're lying down, remember you could do windshield wiper style. That's kind of twisty. Or you can draw the legs in and take them to the side. Make sure you add any props that you need for support. Maybe a pillow. You can look the opposite way if you're lying down, the opposite way of your knees. And if you're seated, maybe looking over the back shoulder and then turning the head and see what's over the front shoulder. And then find a place where you can take a few deep breaths. Come back to center. Pause in the center. Just let the spine unwind. When you're ready, second side. Gentle twist. Looking the opposite way of your knees, or if you're seated, take a look in the back. Take a look in the front. Find a happy place for your neck. And breathe. Come back to center, pausing for a few breaths, and then we'll come down. If you're already down, just move slowly. You can take legs up the wall, supported bridge, bringing the cushion under your pelvis, or as I said earlier, legs on the chair. So whatever sounds soothing to you. Once you get settled, you can notice where you'd like your arms. And it might even be, since your legs are on a chair or up a wall, that palms down might feel good. Even if you're in supported bridge, palms down may feel good, but truly anywhere that feels soothing and caring. I invite you to close your eyes, paying attention to your breath, allowing everything to rest. Shoulders, face, eyelids. Notice the stillness of your body, and then notice your breath. If you're in supported bridge, you can come off the cushion and bring yourself down into Shavasana. If you are 1,000,000% happy with legs on the chair or legs up the wall, you can use that as your Shavasana. I want to have you bring your spine back into the kind of neutral, grounded shape. Letting your arms rest by your sides and adding in anything that you need to be cozy and enjoy this rest. Begin to deepen your breath. And consider stretching the arms up and overhead, wiggling the fingers, and adding in some toe movement, wiggling the toes. Depending on your shape, you might stretch through the whole body, through the legs, the arms. Big deep breath in and out, slowly making your way to your side fetal pose. May light always surround you, hope kindle and rebound you. May your hurts turn to healing, your heart embrace feeling. May wounds become wisdom, every kindness a prism. May laughter infect you, your passion resurrect you. May goodness inspire your deepest desires. Through all that you reach for, may your arms never tire. From D. Simone. Bring yourself up to sit.